It's Saturday, July 18th, and this is your Miami Brief. Wildfire smoke drifts over the Everglades. The World Cup brings its final matches and heavy security to Miami Gardens, and a war overseas turns deadlier overnight. Here's your full local rundown, plus the wider world. 2 American service members were killed, and a third is missing after Iranian ballistic missiles and drones struck Jordan on Friday, U.S. Central Command said Saturday. The troops died as partner forces defended against the barrage. Jordan reported intercepting 10 Iranian missiles fired into its airspace overnight. Tehran said Saturday it was suspending its own commitments, accusing Washington of violating a memorandum of understanding. This is a sharp escalation in the campaign President Donald Trump launched in late February alongside Israel. Watch Washington's response and a visit from Lebanese President Joseph Aoun on the ceasefire. Lionel Messi and defending champion Argentina will meet Spain in the World Cup final Sunday in East Rutherford, New Jersey. First, France plays England Saturday for third place, with Kylian Mbappe and Harry Kane leading the way. Smoke from Canadian wildfires that has blanketed the Northeast should mostly clear before kickoff as thunderstorms move through, forecasters say. Air quality is improving in the Northeast while haze lingers over the Midwest. Trump has threatened new tariffs on Canada over the drifting smoke. Prime Minister Mark Carney said both nations share responsibility for fighting climate change, which experts tie to worsening fires. There's plenty happening around town this weekend. Over in Wynwood, the Balloon Museum's inflatable art show, Pop Air, opens today at 11:30 at Mana Wynwood. If you'd rather move, the Alo Runners Club meets at noon in the Design District. Como La Flor Pilates flows at 1, and Pilates and Perreo hits Driftwood Estates Park at 2. For families, Frost Science hosts Coastal Explorers at 2. And if you want to give back, there's a volunteer workday at Historic Virginia Key Beach Park starting at noon. Take your pick. A wildfire burning in western Broward County had consumed thousands of acres by Saturday morning, sending a thick plume of smoke over US 27 and cutting visibility along the corridor, WPLG reported. On that same highway near Pines Boulevard, Miramar police said a crash killed 2 people and shut down the southbound lanes. Officers urged drivers to steer clear while they investigate. Authorities haven't said whether the fire and the crash are connected. For anyone traveling the western edge of the county today, expect smoke, delays, and possible closures, and give that corridor a wide berth. The World Cup comes to Miami Gardens today as France and England play for third place at Miami Stadium, the venue formerly known as Hard Rock Stadium. It's one of the last matches of the 2026 tournament before Sunday's final between Argentina and Spain. Ahead of kickoff, the Transportation Security Administration held a news conference to walk fans through security and screening at the gates, NBC6 reported. If you're heading to the game, plan for tight checkpoints and arrive early. With enormous crowds in town for the finale, expect that heightened security posture across South Florida all weekend. More suspects have been arrested in an undercover child sex trafficking operation tied to the World Cup here in Miami-Dade County, NBC6 reported. Investigators described it as a sting timed to the surge of visitors arriving for the tournament, when authorities warn the risk of exploitation rises. Officials haven't released the full number of people charged. Large events like the World Cup routinely draw this kind of enforcement, and the additional arrests suggest the operation is still active. Watch for prosecutors to detail the charges and for more names as the investigation unfolds in the coming days. The United States carried out a 7th straight night of strikes on Iran, with commercial traffic through the Strait of Hormuz frozen 140 days into the war. One industry analyst told CBS News nobody's willing to move through the waterway. Iran said it was suspending its commitments, accusing Washington of violating a memorandum of understanding. Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei warned of what he called unforgettable lessons if the attacks continue. A frozen Hormuz threatens a fifth of the world's oil, so watch energy prices and shipping as the standoff drags on. The White House released 4 batches of what it called election integrity documents following President Donald Trump's primetime address. The files cover voting system vulnerabilities and China's alleged acquisition of American voter data. The release came after a speech the administration had promoted for days without saying what it would contain. Importantly, the document's claims have not been independently verified. Expect scrutiny in the days ahead as researchers and election officials examine what was actually disclosed. and whether the material supports the administration's framing or raises more questions than it answers. The death toll from Venezuela's earthquake has climbed past 5,000, according to updated figures, making it one of the deadliest disasters to strike the country in decades. Rescue teams are still recovering bodies as the full scale of the response comes into focus. The International Monetary Fund released roughly £346 million in emergency financing to support relief. That's a rare channel of outside aid reaching Caracas, whose government has long had strained ties with international lenders. Watch whether that money translates into faster relief on the ground and whether more assistance follows. Luis Manuel Otero Alcántara, one of Cuba's best-known dissident artists, has been cleared to travel to the United States and will go into exile after serving a 5-year prison term, The Guardian and the New York Times reported. He's a founder of the San Isidro movement, which drew global attention to Havana's crackdown on independent artists. Otero Alcántara was unreachable for about a week after his release, before word came he could leave the island. His departure removes one of the government's most visible critics, and it fits a familiar pattern of Havana pushing prominent opponents abroad rather than letting them organize at home. Ryan Fox fired an 8-under-62 in Saturday's third round at Royal Birkdale, tying the major championship scoring record for the third time this week at the Open. Fox posted his number early and waited in the clubhouse as Scottie Scheffler, Bryson DeChambeau, and local favorite Tommy Fleetwood played the afternoon, chasing a $17.5 million purse. The round was overshadowed by a 2-stroke penalty against DeChambeau on Friday. Rory McIlroy said he had no doubt the ruling was right and accused DeChambeau of holding the Open hostage. Max Homa defended him, saying he'd never cheat. The drug, already proven safe and tolerated in humans, reduced multiple hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease in a laboratory model, neuroscientists at King's College London reported. The team says its approach targets a single key protein to tackle several features of the disease at once, including DNA damage that shows up at the earliest stages. Because the compound has already cleared human safety trials, the researchers say it could reach patient testing faster than a brand new molecule. One important caveat, though, these results come from a lab model, not people, and it hasn't yet been shown to work in humans. That's your Miami Brief for Saturday, July 18th. Stay safe out there, keep an eye on that smoke, and enjoy the games. If you'd like a personalized daily rundown of your own, made just for you, visit the address on your screen or the link in the description. We'll see you tomorrow.